Pashaparo, YNet7. Thank you for tuning. The replay. Alright, so it's that time again. 7:45. Not that that's anything special, but it's just what time it is. We don't come on in any certain period of time. Just happen to be what time it is right now. Alright. Welcome to... I do try to do this on Sundays for you. Give you the head start up for your next week. Been out of... Normally by the time I get to the day, I've done like 10 videos or something. I don't know, at least seven videos in the week. And like I took this week off, and it's like you realize how much a little bit of time off does. Let's see here. All right, so getting back into the swing of things. Give me 1 second here while I set everything up. So how was y'all week? Was it good? Y'all made it through okay? We great to find out what's going down for y'all next week. This week coming. Right? Alright. Get a little space here. Okay. I think that's good. The tarot files. That's what we about to get into. Alright, so we're going to start with the core for the week. Alright? Want to see what's going on. What's behind all of this stuff. What your past actions done built it up to. What your present thoughts are. Where you're going. Couple drops of advice here and there for you. Alright? So we gonna get for you there. 7, 14, 9. Okay. Alright. Starting off with the power again. Starting off with the power. Okay, let me get this on the screen for you. We'll get this started. All right. Cool. So, excuse the delay there. Okay. And like I said last week, we go do this every time no matter what. So, the beginning is always like, what the hell's going on? And then we get it popping. All right. cleaning everything up here. There we go. All right. And then that, and bam. All right, so you guys remember the King of Wands, right? We're talking about the psychological characteristics of the person is bright and noble, okay? So, initiative manner, attracts a lot of attention, determined, is able to make others subordinate to him or her, right? So, I think that's good. That's a great core, okay? So, necessity to have a manager, organize a process, lead it, to drag an active person into the affair, all right? So the business values business with no managers, right? So you're able to do your own thing. Like you don't need you're a self starter, as they would say on your resume. I'm a self starter. You're a self starter. So according to opportunities, wide spectrum of activity of a company, loves the process but not the result in the business. However, finishes work on time and fully. Good leadership. Card shows the managers of sport organizations, soldiers, managers of the artistic teams. Very good director, coach, and soldier, right? So, all right, let me get your notes down here. So at the core, right? What's going on at the core is you're determined. And you're leading people to a destination, right? Now, the thing was, though, I like the part where it says, like, you enjoy the process, right? You enjoy the process, yet not the end results, right? And the reason why, what I'm seeing early on, without getting too far into it, because we're gonna let the cards tell the story, right? Is you're a creative person, okay? That's why you work well with the artistic, okay? So you actually enjoy creating. See, you enjoy creating, right? And then the whole process of. So once complete, like you're done with it. And it's on to the next creation. But I think you just learned that, though, if we think about what your last couple of weeks been like, when we're doing your other readings, because that's part of why I think for you, you're just finding this out about yourself. Some of you have known it about yourself longer than others, yet some of you are just finding out. Now, for those who've known it, you're starting to enjoy it now, and you've always enjoyed it, right? But you're getting better at what you do. So that means you're producing a lot faster, and you're walking away from a lot more stuff because you're going on to the next one. Or you ever help people some of you got relationships, you know what I mean, and you are learning that you're only with that person to plant the seed, and then there's a time where just like that energy changes, and it's not a bad thing. It's just a signal that it's time to move on, because you got to help the next person. Like pass that person off and let them go do their further development. You see what I'm saying? And then you go on to your next assignment, so to speak. You know what I mean? So the necessity to have a manager, organize a process, lead it, to drag an active person into an affair. See, because if y'all two didn't spend that time together, right, then the thoughts, the mindsets that you invested into them would never have been there the way they are. You see what I mean? So just from spending time around you, or each other rather, because it should be a give or take when done properly, you guys both develop each other, right? So you're encouraging that person to go do more things. That's where it's saying like drag an active person into the affair. See, they were already active doing something else, right, in life. And then they come, they look at you, and they observe, and they talk to you, or they avoid you, whatever it is that they do, right? That energy that either, you know, puts them in the right position to gain something. You see what I'm saying? And then when they look back at it, it really was all because of you, right? And then they feel crazy because they can't tell you thank you now because of maybe how they did you, or how they thought about you, or how they talked to you before. So the best thing they can do is just go and help the next person, right? So you're dragging them into the affair from the path that they were on. It's like orbiting bodies, right? So values business with no managers. See, because you're not trying to control the people. It's one of my favorite sayings, so I'm gonna translate this for you. So you're not trying to control people, which a lot of people do, right? They want to control you. They want to, and they learn things that they think gives them an advantage over the next person. But you're not controlling people. You're controlling the people around you. That's what you're starting to do more of now. You see, and that changes your whole energy, because now you're creating your environment, right? So wide spectrum of activity of a company, loves the process but not the result in the business, however finishes the work on time and fully. Good leadership, card shows the managers of sport organizations, soldiers, managers of the artistic teams, very good director, coach, soldier. So in a relationship, hunter until reaches the result. See, that's to determine, and you're leading others to the destination. A lot of people will give up. Look at the people you grew up with, right? You're noticing that y'all talked about doing things and accomplishing things when you got older, and or the people around you that when you ask them what they want to be in life when they were younger, they tell you this, and you say, well, what are you doing towards that today? And they say nothing. I'm doing this over here so I can, a lot of people are going to give up. But in you, the core, especially for next week, is you're the hunter until you reach the result. And that makes you wind up with not just any relationship, but the very stable ones, the very intensive relationships, bubbling passions and strong, sexual aspects. Everything is perfect, right? It's what you envision it to be. So never giving up creates the perfect environment that leads to the perfect relationships, which I'm gonna add, which makes it, excuse me, easier to move faster to your goal, right? Because you're becoming more efficient. That's what's going on. You done got to the other side. You got over all that emotional shit, you know, that we was talking about before. You climbed over the mountains. You know, you was thinking about it. You was looking back. You did all that shit. You know, they called over the mountains for you. They try to get you to come back to the other side. All that stuff, remember? And now, see, this is where the loneliness part comes in, so to speak, in the past readings. Because as you go up in your levels of success, right, you become by yourself, at least for a period of time. Remember, you had to leave all that behind. You walked through the wilderness. Look at the King of Wands there. He just got the lion with him, the wand, the crown. Everything is barren. There's nothing else in the picture. It's all gone. He's in the middle. You're in the middle of where you left from. That bustling environment that you call life. Whether it was the city, a job, your past. And if you can make your past and draw it into a skyline, that would be over the horizon behind you. We can't see it. It's so far gone. And you're coming up to, on the horizon, or just over the horizon, your future. What's next for you? But in between, it's isolation. It's incubation. You see what I'm saying? In between is barren. That's where you at right now. It feel like you're alone, possibly because you on your way to the next zone. But the hunter until reaches the result. See the line in the background. Now, what happens when you gotta reach a result? Remember how I was talking about you're gonna see your way all the way through this? So when you go out there and run out there too fast, when you're trying to be first to have something, first to do something the wrong way, it costs you so much more. Right? It makes you put in so much more energy and effort because all these different compound reasons. Right? Unless you see the lion there, you see him, there's no sweat. They're in the desert. There's no sweat. The shirt's not wet. The lion's chilling. You know what they doing? They not running nowhere. They're not in a hurry to get anywhere. They chilling. They walking, and they gonna walk because that's gonna conserve the energy. And that way, once they arrive, they will have all of the energy left to enjoy the destination instead of being so tired from putting all the energy into just getting there. That's where your mind is at right now. You see, that's why there's no managers. That's why you're a self-starter. That's why you're on your own path, your own pace. Okay? So the health is very often person overdraws strength and necessarily stimulating material. See? So very often person, right? But not you in this case. So the advice is to take matter into own hands. The warning is stay calm. You see what I'm saying? Stay calm. You shall lead the process. You see the image there? The lion's walking, following him, right? The king of the jungle, and he's leading the way. Okay? That's you. Now you took your time. A lot of people was in a hurry. They thought they were flying past you because they gotta go all the way if this is the map, they gotta go all the way this way, around here, this all the way up here, through that, up here, down around the mountain, come around here, come down, come all the way up here. And see, what you said was, look, I'm a cut straight through this barren wasteland here, this desert, because my where I'm going is right on the other side. And they were like, you're crazy. This is the road here. It goes this way. We're gonna take the road. And you were like, yeah, that's cool. All right. Not that y'all even going in the same place to begin with, but they called you crazy for taking your route. And look at look. There's nobody else out there with you. You're out there by yourself. You're on a level that you had to leave everything behind that you knew, remember, from a couple of weeks ago. That's important. Keep that in mind. That's the core, okay? You took a path nobody else takes. And because of that, you had to prepare yourself from stuff that you found out along the way that, you know, you didn't know until you got out there. So then on top of that, it appears that it was taking you a while. Remember, you were in the readings a couple weeks ago, it was talking about how you were, you know, you're looking basically at why you not somewhere. But see, you didn't realize that you were somewhere. You were on your way. But see, you had to get accessories and components and tools that other people maybe that you might have been looking at didn't need to get, because they're not going to do the battle. They're not going to the battle that you're going to. They're not going to lead the group that you're going to lead. They're not going to account. You have a different purpose. See, it's easy to kind of figure out what you think you're supposed to be doing when your purpose is the same as 15 billion other people's purposes, because it's a lot of what, you know, they make a lot of what they need to get there. It's easy to, you know, it takes no time. It's cheap, right? So when your purpose is 1 in a million, a lot of your tools are completely custom. Shout out to Sun's Jewelry, right? Hit her up. So you got completely customized tools. That takes longer. They don't just pop up. They're not abundant for you to just find and everybody have, right? So your life tools took longer to develop, because what you're going to do in life with those tools, you see there's nobody on that path with you. It's barren. There's no road. There's no signs. There's not even no grass. It's all gone. Okay? So you need to know that. I need you to know that. Because a lot of y'all just pulling yourself up. And a lot of people that, like I said, they moved fast, but it's easy to move fast when you're going nowhere. All right? Don't let other people change your mind about what you know you're supposed to be doing. All right, let's get into your past feelings and attitudes, because that's what got you here, man. You had to walk away from all that. You know what I'm saying? You had to find yourself. Remember that car, you came out, gave birth to yourself, the new you, whatever, the old you, the real you, whatever you want to call it. You came up out of that shell. You know what I'm saying? Now you here. All right. And you knew you had to go on your way. Okay. So 809, 17, 8. All right. All right, here we go. Give me a second. You had a good core there. I'm excited about that for you guys. So you got the Page of Pentacles, right? And what we talking about with that, right, is when it's in reverse, it's the psychological characteristics is unreliable person, talented though does not improve oneself. You see what I mean? That's what your past was. You always had the skills, but you didn't use it. Right? You always had the skills. But you didn't use it. You couldn't trust yourself. Or you never trusted yourself. Right? That's why you were so busy believing in everybody else. That's why you so busy trying to be like the person next door and the person next door to them and the person around the corner. You know what I mean? Because you feel like you here with it, right? So because you here with it, you feel like you need to be here with them instead of being who you are. And I'm not saying that to say there's anything wrong with the person next door. In reality, they may be being exactly who they are. What I'm saying is there's parts of you that don't like that, but instead of saying that to yourself, being honest, that's why you can't trust yourself. You tricking yourself into being something you're not wanting to be, and you wonder why you're not progressing in anywhere, right? Be yourself. Find out who it is you want to be and work on that. Develop you. Right? Go to that university. Develop you. Don't go to Howard University. Don't go to Delaware University. Go to the University of you. And find you. Don't let you paying to let somebody else tell you who you are gonna be. Who you should be. Come. Instead of finding out who you are and then learning how to get better at doing what you want to do and who you're supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? That's why there's so much conflict. So that person, right? That unreliable person. Unreliable. See what I'm saying? You can't trust yourself. You had the talent, but you never did nothing for you. So the event is poor level of education, lack of knowledge. And again, we're not talking about your degree that you hang in a little piece of paper on your wall. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about you don't know shit about you. You don't know shit about this country. You don't know shit about law. You don't know shit about, you don't know shit about not knowing shit. You see what I'm saying? Because all you know is what somebody told you. That's the danger in that. You see what I'm saying? So the business is business loss, light-minded attitude towards the activity, oversight of important details, dissipation. You see what I mean? You thinned out. Remember? You're diluted. Excuse me. Your power was diluted because you always had the skills, but you didn't use them because you never trusted yourself. Your power was diluted. This is your past feelings or attitudes. Right? And then here you are. It's a vicious circle because then your power is diluted. So then you go talking to those people and then you start believing what they telling you even more now. And then your power gets diluted even more and you can't trust in yourself again. And now you're going back having another conversation. They tell you some more shit. Now you're even more powerless and more diluted and you keep going down the fucking drain. That's where you were. I'm glad you overcame it. So the health The relationship is unsuccessful and disbalanced. See, because all your trust was in them and none of it was in yourself. All your trust was in someone else. And that's why when you meet somebody that actually, like, you know, like I tell you, I got trust issues, and I don't mean like, yo, where you at? I mean like, yo, you said 5 o'clock, it's 5:15. You know, most people be like, oh, well, you know, so and so, they always late. Right? That means you don't value my life. My time, like my time ain't valuable. You just gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm just supposed to sit around, wait. You know what I mean? That's what started happening in your mind. And then you realize, yo, wait a minute. If we say 6 and you ain't called me, you ain't done this, and it's 6:20. Oh, okay. That means I can't trust you the next time you say 6 o'clock. Little shit like that is the definition of a trust issue. You see what I'm saying? And you started to identify that, you know what? You got all your trust in everybody but you. So you becoming something that you're not, right? This is where we getting at. So the relationships are unsuccessful. They're disbalanced. But you didn't know that. You didn't see that. You were blind to that. So the health is a rash, minor infections, and some F word that I can't pronounce. But, right? Minor infections, little small pains in your ass that you feel like you're gonna put up with, whether it's your job, your girlfriend, boyfriend, your whatever it is in your life. You got little pains in your ass that you keep feeling like you need to live through, instead of just removing the source of the pains in the ass. What does life feel like when all of your pains in the asses are gone? Who told you you're supposed to live with pains in your ass? That's called getting fucked. So, advice is assess your abilities in a calm way. Remember your talents. See, once you realize you don't like getting fucked, you're gonna probably want to do something about it. So assess your abilities in a calm way and remember your talents. The warning is you do not improve yourself. You miss the opportunity to obtain education. See, if you never stop to look at what's going on, you'll never see. If you keep dismissing the messages that are sent to you to free you from the bondage, you will always be in shackles. So the result is either you do not know how to speak up for yourself, either you will do it in a bad way. So if you don't know what you want, right, you're basically going to curse yourself into what you don't want. Okay? Remember, you always had the skills, but you never used them. You never trusted yourself. All your trust was in someone else, so your power was diluted. That's what your past feelings and attitudes was. Let's see what your past actions was. Let me get you on here so you can read through these notes while I get you this next card. See? You had to come up out of that shit. Oh, we need some more sage. And again, here we go with that rush. Go back to your core. The way you come up out of that is you didn't rush. You didn't rush. You fought. You just you walked through the barren wasteland. You see what I'm saying? You didn't go get all blah, blah, and then fuck around. You didn't shoot the person because you saw him at the grocery store. You see what I'm saying? You had the thought. You had the opportunity, right there, right? But you was working on something much bigger. Okay? So you let them live so you can complete your purpose in life. They don't even know it. You see what I'm saying? Because you took your time and just walked through the barren wasteland. They were in a rush. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to be in a rush forever because all they know is rush. Until they change their mind. But guess what? That ain't about you. You're on your time. Alright? So you're leading others because now others are watching. They always been watching, but before they were watching to make fun of you. And they were talking all this and doing all that and watching you suffer and struggle. Remember you had 2 people in there with you. You talking about let's get out the room. The swords was falling. They was talking about no, we're gonna stay here. They wanted you to stay with them. That's why you out here like this now. Look. That's why you out here like this now. Cause you said, yo, come on, this way. And they were like, no, stay with us. Stay here with us. But you're gonna die. We're all gonna die. They're like, no, that's okay. We'll die together. You were like, fuck that, man. I told y'all we can get the fuck out right here. I see the light. And they're like, no. This is what it's meant to be. Give me your hand, brother. And you were like, fuck you. And you were like, phew. And the whole cave fell in like that on some Indiana Jones shit, right? And then you were like sitting there like, fuck, man. They back there, I'm up here. Well, you gave them the opportunity. You see what I'm saying? That's why there's nobody here with you but the lion inside you walking with you. You see what I'm saying? And the hunter in you is going to find the result. You know what I mean? It's like that, what's that, Star Wars? I don't watch TV, but I've seen the little commercials for it on YouTube and internet and shit. Or the guy go get the little green guy. What is that? I don't know. Put it in the comments below. I think it started with an M. He's like, you want me to go all the way through space and find this enemy and take him back? Yeah. Go ahead. That's your purpose. Go get that. You see what I'm saying? That's what you out here doing. Alright? Alright. So, your past actions, alright? That's where we gotta get into. Yeah, that makes sense. Hold on, let me get this. I'm gonna get that there. I need that to stay there though. Oh, you know what? We're gonna do it like this. Cool. All right, so past actions still in the Pentacles. All right. And what we got here? We got the Ace of Pentacles for you. But let me get on the screen. It's in reverse. So let's talk about that. All right. Put that over there for you. Okay, so you got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So the name of the card, the old name, the original name was the root of the powers of the earth, right? So when it's in reverse, it means help that you will have to pay for. See what I'm saying? Your past actions was you paid everybody. You paid for help, right? From others. Like that was your going back to your past feelings. Remember because I'm gonna add this in here, because you put your trust in them. You see what I'm saying? Like me, for example, people often tell me I take the hard way, I take the long route. You know what I'm saying? I can totally relate to some of this stuff you guys are going through. So they tell me I take the long way, the hard route, but it's because I get to a point. Remember I said I got those trust issues, that complex, that Virgo in me. Shout out to all the Virgos out there that's tuned in. So again, it could be something really, really small and stupid to other people, but the moment it happens, I'm like, okay, I can't trust that situation. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take 10 times as long to learn how to do it myself real quick, and then after that, I'll be able to do it the way that only I can see it can be done. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand sometimes that shit happens for a reason. So you paying everybody instead of doing it yourself. Now, if you paying other people, right, at least learn from them so that you can free yourself from them. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you would pay to go to college. Why aren't you, when you pay for someone to do something for you, why aren't you learning from them? So the events is the present that you rarely know how to use. You see what I'm saying? So business is credits, necessity to give back debts, and generally large good business. All right. So see, when you learn how to do it yourself, right? Like when you're the artist and you learn, there's different ways you can look at this though. So don't get tunnel vision. Like saying that you gotta learn how to do it yourself doesn't mean you actually gotta know how to do it. Maybe it means that you need to learn how to move the different pieces of specialists together, right? Like project management. Artists, when you gotta put together a big project, when you're working on a big project, you might have to call in these different people with different specialties, or you might have to use this vendor over here to source this raw material because you want to put it in this project and only 4 people in the world have it. And so you got to work with you know what I mean? Like, you need to know, like, that's maybe what you need to know. You don't necessarily need to know how to make it. You just need to know how to organize the people that are talented in it and put them together and work with the next group of people. Like building a house, you got the people working with the people that dig it all out. You got the people that do the grading. You got the people that come in and build the foundation properly. You know what I mean? They may not be the same people that then lay the floor and build the frame. And then they may not be the same people that come in and do the installation and run the wires. And then those people may not be the same people that put the light bulbs in and do the paint and put the roof on and the doors in. You know what I'm saying? Then they may not be the same people that come down and plant the seed and put the trees and the lawn together. And none of those people are the ones at the top putting it all together. You see what I'm saying? So you pay others for help. Like a lot of music people, you got managers and you still ain't doing shit. They taking a percentage of nothing, so because you're not getting nothing, which means that you owe them whatever percent you owe them, because they haven't made nothing yet. But the reason they ain't made nothing yet is because they ain't done nothing for you. Now they want you to pay for them. You know what I mean? Like you putting music up, and whatever your art form is to you, know this. So you putting music up, and you got a radio station, online internet, and you gonna pay them because they're gonna tell you that they got 5,000 viewers. When if you learn how to market your own shit, like you'll get 30,000 views for what you're gonna give them to tell you that they got 5,000 viewers, and only 400 of those viewers are even gonna see your shit anyway, and then 20 of them out of those 400 are gonna like what you got to begin with. So you paid all that for 20 people, and you could have got 30,000. You see what I'm saying? Like you've been paying your past actions where you paid for help from others because you trusted them more than you trusted yourself. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna fuck up their head when you come hit them with the Virgo shit. Like, what? You want me? You want how much? And you got 10,000 followers. Shit. You know what? I'm good. I should charge you just to play my song. So you could tell them you the first one. You know how much it's gonna be worth one day when, you know how much it's worth for that person that could actually say, "Yo, we were the first ones that played the Jay-Z." You know how much that's worth from a you know what I mean, to know that person's on a game doing a thing in that league, to be able to say they the ones that not found them. Like, you know, Jay-Z was out there doing his thing, or whoever the biggest artist that you could think of to you. You know what it's worth for them to be able, somebody out there to be able to say, "Yo, yeah, man, before anybody else was on to him, I put you on to him." You see what I'm saying? They should be you should be charging them to play your shit. You making paintings, they talking about, you know, the auction. They should be you should be charging them to even show your picture, your painting. You see what I'm saying? Like you've been listening to the wrong people. So when you come with that energy, when you know your worth and you come with that energy, like, what? Nah, man, how about you pay me $200 since you coming at me like that? How about you pay me $200? Then they feel all offended, like, well, I've been doing this for 25 years, and and how dare you? And yeah, right, exactly. How dare you? With your little 10,000 followers. You see what I'm saying? Like, you been putting your trust in them, so you've been paying them for shit you can do for yourself. All right. So that's why you get the generally large good business, because you learn how to do the whole process. You learn how to do the whole process, which means you can put it all together anytime you get ready. You can subcontract this out whenever you get ready to make yourself move faster, or you can take your time and do it yourself. You know the whole thing you want to do, so it's just a matter of what's convenient for you at the moment. You see what I'm saying? All right, so the relationship is of convenience, money to money. You see? So health is a person who earns money, usually his health. Sportsman. You see what I'm saying? You playing the game. So psychological characteristics, person oppressing others with the solidity, right? Having quite hard manner. Okay? So the advice is, remember that you have to pay for the gifts. The warning is, nothing comes to life from nowhere just like that. You heard the saying, beware the free lunch. even when you thought you were getting it for free from them, you still had to pay. The word pay means to satisfy. Now think about it. I know you guys were thinking money a moment ago. I know you guys were thinking about receipts and cash apps and checks and debits. You know what I mean? But the word pay, the etymology of the word pay means to satisfy. So even when you get it for free, guess what? You really didn't. You really didn't, because you was sitting there laughing at the motherfucker when you really didn't really like the joke, but you laughing with him. You know, you doing this, that, and the other. You know, you doing all this shit to try and make them feel good about you. You talking about sports. You talking about this. You know what I mean? If you don't like sports, like I tell people, I don't like. Not that I don't watch sports. I don't watch any TV. I guess the Super Bowl might be on right now. Might be ready to come on right now. You see what I'm doing. Thank you for being here with me if you're here with me right now. You see what I'm saying? Stop being something that you're not to appease others. We here getting this work in. We working on ourselves right now. They working on somebody else's life. You know what I mean? They want to be able to say, did you see when he threw? When he threw, right? You see when he caught? Oh, you see when he made that tackle? Motherfucker, I'm trying to see when you do something. But I can't because you're too busy telling me that you spent 5 hours watching them do something. Then you mad at the people that's doing something and you want to talk about how they dropped the ball. Motherfucker, they in the game. You on the sideline. Watching them. So when people talking shit about you, just know that they can talk shit about you because you in the game, they on the sideline. You see, that's why you getting paid. That's why they actually have to pay you. They don't realize that they're paying you. All right. So time of luck, but commitment as well. See? Because even when it's free, it costs you something. All right, so that's it. Let's get to the advice for the present. I mean, because you came up out of that. Now you determined. You see what I'm saying? You leading others to the destination because you see the light now. You enjoy the process. Remember, you was so busy trying to, here, you tell me you're the expert. Now you becoming the expert. You're enjoying creating, and you have a finished product. And you know when you finish your product, you give it to the customer, whatever it is. And now you have to part ways with it and go work on the next one to satisfy, to pay yourself. You see what I mean? Remember, the word pay means to satisfy. So the only way you can continue to pay yourself is to continue to create. That's why you're not controlling people. You're too busy creating. All right. Oh, let me put this on here for you so you can see this. You see what I mean? So you're too busy. You're too busy. You're not controlling the people. You're controlling the people around you because you're creating. See, you're the project manager. You're like, yo, I need this done over here. Yo, what I need your consultation with this. What do your expertise, and then you go and get the team together and say, okay, this is how we should do. Hey, what do you think about this? We bring in this, combine this and that. I know about that. And then boom, boom, boom. See, you're not controlling people. You're controlling the people around you. Never give up on creating the perfect environment. That's your art. If you're painting that picture, you're painting that perfect whatever, that environment, that atmosphere, that climate. You're creating that energy that person's going to feel when they see your work. You're creating that by making the work. See? And that's how come it leads to what? It leads to the perfect relationships. See, you don't really care about the people. I mean, you do, but you're not concerned with their comments because you're in the game and they're out on the sidelines judging you. The perfect relationship is that they're doing that. They don't realize that. Even when they hate what you create, they're working for you. That relationship is perfect because that balances out the people that enjoy it the most. See? So Never giving up creates the perfect environment or your product. And no matter whether they hate it or love it, that makes the perfect relationship, which all drives you faster towards your goals. That's the core of your week. All right, let's get some advice for the present. That's why you hear me say, look. You always hear me say this. Everybody works. I'm gonna make it us instead of me. So you know when I say this, because if I say me, some people's gonna be like, oh, he think he the shit. But when I say me, I'm saying if you say this to yourself and use the word me, then it'll mean this, you'll get the understanding. That's why I say me, because you need to say this and say me. But anyway, look. Everybody work for us as long as they do them. Stop trying to convert them into something they not, and figure out when and if you need to use their skills, and make sure you satisfy them. Everybody's supposed to get paid for their talent now. Come on. Stop trying to, cheat this person out of their worth so that you can feel like you made a little bit extra, instead of just finding the right customer that's going to pay for it up front, no questions asked. See, that's the problem. You got the wrong people around you, so you trying to destroy this person's environment. Now y'all conflicting because he said this much or she said this much, and you're like, nah, man, I need you to do it for this much because you trying to get an extra that much, all because they won't pay that. You see what I'm saying? That's poor management. Again, you was too busy trying to satisfy that person there that was fucking all that shit up because all that bullshit. They were too busy trying to pay someone else. They were trying to satisfy someone else instead of themselves. See, because when you a real artist, nothing stands what it say? You determine to reach the destination. Nothing stands between you and your vision. So if you want the best for your client, then guess what? It comes with the price tag of the best. So you're not going to cheat anybody, because you, like, when I have people work for me, I want to treat them how I want to be treated. So guess what? I want you to be mad comfortable, mad satisfied, because that's when you work best. You know what I'm saying? Now you might be like, Virgos, we tend to, it looks like we're lazy because it might appear that we're waiting for the last minute, but it's not that. What it is it's something about that. It's something about that pressure that creates diamonds, right? Certain people do their best work when there's pressure. They perform best under pressure. And when you got 6 months to do something, you're like, got plenty of time. I'll do this part today and get back to it. And then when that pressure come down, you're like, okay, you lock in, and that's when you zoom down into it and you become one with it, and you be like water, Bruce Lee, and you come out, and that shit, the bling, right? You know who I'm talking about. All right. All right, let's get some advice for the present. Yeah. Oh, shit. Where'd it go? Okay. Bam. So, guess who came back to visit you? All right, hold on a second. Let me get this on the screen for you. So the advice for the future is we already seen this a couple times in the last couple weeks, because this is what it jumped out. It wanted to talk to you too. So you know what I mean? Look. it's the Hierophant, right? So what we're going to do is we just going to keep it simple. When you block everything else out, the one path becomes visible, or the right path becomes visible. And it becomes such a joy because now it's almost like you can't make a mistake, right? So I'm going to leave it like that. When you block it all out, block out all distractions, I'm gonna put the right steps to the right path, the right steps, because you got to do this, that, then that, it's steps, it's levels to shit. The right steps become, let's say, illuminated, and allowing you to enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, like, think about it like this. Like, think about it like this. Think about it like this, right? You know you try and go somewhere, but you don't know where you're going. And you got somebody with you. Maybe a couple people. I don't know. Remember, you're leading the way, whether you realize it or not. Because some people, like the lion in the background, did he know he was there? Did he not know he was there? Dun, 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 dun. You know, maybe he did. Maybe he didn't, right? But whatever it is, whether he knew he was there and he knew he was following him and he was leading the way, or whether he didn't know he was there and he was going and the lion was following him from a distance, he was still leading the way. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is, you got some people with you. You're going somewhere and you don't know where you're going. You know remember how stressful it was to be in that, to be in that seat? I mean, you might have played it cool, you might have handled it well, you might have whatever you want to say, but that was some motherfucking stress, right? All right, now when you hit your GPS, right, and you can ride, and it'll say, ding, in 1 mile, make exit, whatever. What's the difference with that? You still don't know where the fuck you're going, right? The difference is when you have a guide in yourself, right? Or when you have a guide, let me not say it like that. Let me say it like this, because that's going to confuse from what we were talking about earlier. When the path has been mapped out for you, whether you took the time back in the day before y'all went anywhere to open up the big paper map and to bring out the magnifying glass and look at everything and write down and say 5 miles and then turn right, and you had the whole thing mapped out and you gave them the paper for them to call out everything, and they were Google talking about, in 5 miles, honey, you're gonna make a right on, you know what I'm saying? If you did that back then, your stress level was lowered. Just like if you use GPS now, your stress level of going to where you're going is lower, because now you can engage with the people around you, with the environment in the car, or you could be on the phone, whatever it is that you do, because you're gonna get alerted to when you're supposed to make it. So it puts you at a much more comfortable state of being, which allows you to be more freakier on the roadway with your maneuverability, because okay, 5 miles, all right, and 200 feet, oh, okay, we already there. You know what I'm saying? So you get what I mean, right? So when that way is illuminated for you, it makes it much more enjoyable, and you can actually interact with the people around you or the environment, or just enjoy the journey that much better. So when you block it all out and focus on your steps, you get to enjoy each step, because that's all you're focused on. That's all that's got your attention. You get to notice every detail of that step. You don't miss a thing. But when you're looking around and everywhere else, you know, you don't know what the fuck the step look like. You don't know if it's wood grain, marble. You don't know if you already missed the step and then you step down and now you fell down 3 flights of stairs. You see what I'm saying? Learn to enjoy your journey. That's what it is. Learn to enjoy your journey. Fuck everything else going on. You know what I'm saying? Advice for the present, allowing you to enjoy the journey. In that section with learn to enjoy, and we'll put your capital journey. Learn to enjoy your journey. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so your journey involves you watching the Super Bowl. All right, you're gonna watch it so you can, you know, tell me about it if I have any questions tomorrow, which I won't. But, you know what I mean, I'll make sure that you enjoyed yourself, because that's part's important to me, and make sure you had a good time doing whatever it is that you enjoy. You see what I mean? All right, let's see your present feelings and ideas. All right, and then we'll get to where the situation is going. And shout out to Steam Dream Treasures for my little third eye here. All right, let's see what we got. 852, 750. That's 6 again. Somebody right now saying, I can't stand that motherfucker. I mean, well, it's okay. I appreciate you, you know, coming and sharing, because this is for you too. You just may not realize it yet. And that's why you're here right now. It's not about me. It's about what you're supposed to receive. It's a lot of pentacles going on today. All right, hold on a second. Let me get this on the screen for you. So what you got right now is the 4 of Pentacles, okay? So with the 4 of Pentacles, it's the Lord of earthly power. See how that flipped? All right. So now, general meaning is savings, accumulation, stability. All right. So now you focused on building, basically, right? You building everything. The focus is building. You ready to build everything. You ready to build the bank account. You ready to build some new walls in the new dig. You know what I mean? You ready to build some new businesses. You ready to build a new fucking world. You know what I mean? Get busy with it. So the event is to hide, to preserve. Okay. Matter of fact, you see the little city. Is that a city? Is that a little town? Little town back there. Was she on a balcony, overlooking it all? Oh, okay. So, hold on, because that look a little familiar, don't it? That look a little familiar now. See this background? You see this background? You see what this background look like? Now, there go your oasis. There go your oasis. You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Your present feelings and your ideas is you starting, you done found the outskirts of what you're looking for. You see what I'm saying? So to hide and to preserve is the events, right? So I don't think this journey, right, took you to your hidden. This is a hidden place. This little oasis, like, it's surrounded by the same little barren wasteland you were going to. Now, this happens to be at your core a he, right? And then, I'm not, with a red shirt, and then here happens to be a her in red in the oasis. So it's like a plug that connects. Now there's going to be power. You found whether that's the town that you were looking for, or the town represents your destination, and metaphorically, whatever it was, your business you were building, you're going to build a whole bunch of fucking shit, because now you're finding your hidden power. You see what I'm saying? That is your hidden power. The focus is on building, because you have found your hidden power. All right. So the business is banks. Great fundament for development. Sometimes life with stable but not big salary. Life from percents. From rent of majority residential premises. So you're banking, right? All right. So now, right, listen to this. I'm going to read this again. I'm going to tell you what just came to me. Banks, great fundament for development. Sometimes life was stable, but not big salary. See, life from percents, from rent of majority residential premises. Now, excuse me, at first listen, that might sound a little crazy when you hear not big salary, but to follow that up with life from percents. Here's what I hear from that. I hear that, see, when you're only making this much, right? You need this much. So this much is a lot of this, right? You got me? This much is a lot of this, right? But now you found your hidden talents, and you're tapping into that, and you're trusting yourself, and you're getting access to what you're actually worth in reality, not what someone told you to believe that you're worth to them, right? And now you're getting this much. I'm just gonna fit it in the screen, but let's say, boom, you know what I mean? It's out here. So this much is now a small salary. Remember, this is all you need. So all of this is surplus for you to do all the other stuff that you've always wanted to do, like build that city in the background. For the people that you're leading to arrive to. And you see, that whole town has a whole little economy. Let's say that oasis or that town, that goal is now buzzing. It's busy. If we go down in there, there's exchanges going on all the time. All represents your cash flow within that you've built and created. But look, you've got your little percentage right here, and you're like, this is all I need for me. But I have all of this. And that might have just been for the day, for the hour. That might have been the take for the, you know what I'm saying? When you live in the Bezos life and Amazon is just booming, 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 you don't need to save money. Like, you just, you know, let me take a little pinch out today, go buy a Bentley. You know, take a little pinch. Oh wait, there's all this money going by you. Vroom, 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 vroom. You're just like, oh, that's $3 million right here. Okay, go do this with it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to save. You just wake up. Let me get some of that. Okay, thank you. I'm going. That was $10 million. Yeah, you know what I mean? You just reach in and grab it and go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just coming. It's coming so fast. You see? That's what happens when you tap into you instead of trying to be something that you're not. All right. So, not much of emotions, right? That's why, you know what I mean? And that's why it's not like a whole bunch of excitement, because, like, it's like that Future song, you know, you're used to this. You see what I'm saying? It's like that Pasha Power song, like, so you can get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just used to it. It's nothing. You're on to the next level. There's no emotion involved. Whether that's now leaving behind your great work with your customer and going to get the next one, or getting your pay, right, for what it is you just did for them or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's just normal now. You see what I mean? You running that whole operation over there. You got your goals in check. You're not controlling the people, but you've controlled the people around you. Now it's just normal. That's the life. The closer you get to where you see yourself being in life, the more the people around you become what you expect. You see? So, health is stable. Psychological characteristics is moderate, cold, closed. Right? I mean, somebody that doesn't know that this is actually what you see, that stairway, they will call you the same thing too. Somebody that doesn't realize you are on your path, on your steps, on your journey, and you're enjoying every moment of that, might say that you're emotionally unavailable. It's not until they become on the path with you that they can relate. It's not until they have your perspective, your view, that they can relate. So the advice is economize. The warning is, do not be too thrifty. And the result is time and stability. See, don't be too thrifty. I like that because of what we were just talking about with the people and the project management interacting with each other, right? Because if you cheat, okay, if you're working on something, hold on, yeah, don't, or let me put it like this: remember, cheating others is cheating yourself. Embrace quality, not quantity. You see what I'm saying? Like, if we're working on like we talked about earlier, if you're working on that project and you try to jip this person, you know what? That person might be like, oh, okay, yeah, I could do it for that. And guess what? They're gonna use a little less quality material. They're gonna start cutting shorts. And then what happens? Now your project is that much more inferior because of the domino effect of cheating, right? You see what I'm saying? So now it's going to cost more money, more time, more effort, more energy in the long run, because you're going to have to come through and do rework when they call you, when it's under, you know what I mean, to say, hey, something's wrong. Or you're going to be cheating your customer, and if you're long gone and they got to go back and do more work to it, they're going to come back and say, hey, well, you know, that person there, They didn't do a great job. We had to go do this, that, and the other. So now you're cheating yourself out of future customers. You see what I mean? Everything comes with a cost. So you might as well pay full price up front. You see what I'm saying? It's like if you really felt like the economic system is getting ready to collapse, or there getting ready to be some hyperinflation, or there getting ready to be some problems, you should buy all the stuff you want now. Right? Because then if it costs 3 times as much next year to get it, well, you already got it. It's too late. See what I'm saying? I wouldn't really, like, not if you're looking to get it to resell though, because like it could be counterproductive, because then you're gonna, the value exchange, like a house, you know what I mean? Like you buy a house right now when the market is up way up here, and then there's a flood of inventory all of a sudden. That's gonna lower the value of the homes. So it's, you know what I mean? You're gonna be locked in here. It's like buying a stock high and then you have to sell it when it's low. You don't want to do that, right? But if it's just something you're looking to get before you need more money to get it, then it would be best to buy now, like a stock. You buy it now, then all of a sudden, if you bought it for $10 and it becomes more valuable, or the dollar's worth less, so you need more of them, then you can sell it for 30 later. It's kind of like why the rich use gold, right? If something happened with gold or with the currency, they bought the gold at this price, right? So when the currency, you need 3 times as much of it to have the same buying power, right? Then they sell that same bit of gold and they get the 3 times the value, so they can still purchase the same amount of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what this is all about here. You see what I mean? The focus is building because you have found your hidden power. So remember, cheating others is cheating yourself. Embrace the quality, not the quantity. All right? Like, get the stuff you want. Don't go get this and then try to get something way down here so you can offset having to use this. Get what you want and use it. And then find a way to balance your life so that you can you know what I mean, use what you got. Are you cheating yourself? Talking about you got this, but you can't use it because if I use it, then I gotta do this with it and do that with it, and it costs too much. No, get your life right so that you're making, so that it's balanced. Then you won't be emotional about using what's yours. You see what I mean? When they go into town, that's their town. They help bring the people there to that destination. All right. When you go home, that's supposed to be your home. You know what I mean? All right. Where the situation is heading. Through the barren wasteland. But you found the oasis, right? So you found your hidden power. That's going to connect you with your coin, with your strength. 18-9. All right. Here we go. This is a popular card for y'all. So we got the 6 of Wands in reverse again. Okay. And I think that's just a warning, because if you don't embrace yourself, you're gonna be letting people confuse you with your power, and that's gonna flip you upside down again. So need you to pay attention to that and stay focused. What it say? So stay focused, right? When you block out all the distractions, the right steps become illuminated, allowing you to enjoy the journey, learn to enjoy your journey, right? And your past actions were you paid for the help from others because you put your trust in them, okay? So focus, the focus is building because you have found your hidden power. Remember, cheating others is cheating yourself. Embrace quality, not quantity, okay? So the wands, here's your goal setting and your self-improvement, right? Creative decisions. So it's the Lord of Victory, but like the general meaning when it's in reverse is you're putting off victory or conquest, incomplete achievements, sometimes failure, right? So the success became defeat, failed contest, lost out great amount of money, honorable second place. You see what I mean? So luck revealed itself, other side. Troubles of complete recovery. Psychological characteristics is forever second, though is worth more. Advice is be satisfied with the little things. You see what I'm saying? Success might be incomplete. By the skin of one's teeth to victory is the result. Okay? So, be satisfied with the little things, or you will find satisfaction with the little things. And that's because now, compared to what it was before, remember, it's going to be small things now. It was big when this much you needed and this is all you had. It was a lot. It was big things. You see what I'm saying? If you're here, right, and this is 90%, 95%, right, of what you had, and someone told you they want you to live off 5%, you would be like, or let's say you had to live off 5%. You would feel like that was impossible. Would you agree? But the trick is to not feel like it's impossible. It's to feel like you need to now adjust what the 5% of is. You see what I'm saying? That's where the situation is going. So now, because you found your power, right? This time around, I know it in the picture, she upside down and her hands were, but I'm gonna tell you what this is this time around. This time around, that motherfucking shit's a rocket ship, and that's why the flame is pointing down and all the lights and shit's going, cause she blasting off. Right? You a rocket ship taking the fuck off, because now what you realize is instead of saying to yourself, I can't live off of 5%, in that example, you now have the power to say, well, what do I need to be making to that 5% is what I can live off of? It starts with what you tell yourself. And now instead of feeling like instead of vibrating with the frequency and resonating of I can't, you become the one that the third eye sees, how can I? And then because of that change, you find the steps. But if you told yourself you can't from the beginning, you would never discover the way to your oasis. And that is what you need to remember for your core this week. Because it's going to feel like you're by yourself. You see what I'm saying? You're going to feel turned upside down. But you're only going to feel turned upside down because you were on your way down and someone turned you up. You've been down for so long that to feel up feels upside down. So you will find satisfaction with the little things, because now the little things are not the same. What they're little of is not the same scale as what you're used to. So let's get the advice for the future and get you guys on your way. Man, it's awesome. Let me give you these notes here real quick so you can check them out. Let me add this in here so it makes sense to you. You will find satisfaction in little things because now it's a little of a lot more than you were ever used to. And you know what? You know what? I need you to know this too. This just something just told me to remind you this. Remember that when you started this, you told everybody to come with you. So when you look around and you see nobody that you started with, do not feel guilty. You see these upside down coins, right? You see, look here, by yourself, right? Here's the two hands of the person by themselves, right? Here you are by yourself, right? Even when you build it for them and sit back and allow them, here you are by yourself. And again, here you are by yourself. Sometimes, because only you can do this, you can't connect with others because that connection will become a chain and ball and slow you down long term, like we talked about in the beginning. So keep it moving. Be like water. Stay on your rocket ship. Right? By yourself. You by yourself, but you know what I mean? Look, here's the thing. Let's look at it like this too. This we know that they're on stage. We see the hands. If you can see that. So you're by yourself, but you're not alone. You see what I mean? That's how it always works. You're by yourself here, but you're not technically alone. You're by yourself here, but if you look, there's stuff all around this going on. Or at least places and things that there could be things going on. So you're by yourself in your zone, but you're not alone, but you are alone at the same time. You see what I mean? All right. That advice for the future. Perfect. It's always a perfect day. It's a Pentacles heavy read. Pentacles heavy. About that coin. You gotta get that coin. That's good for you. Because you don't work so hard for it. You deserve it. You deserve it. People don't know what you done been through. So what you got going on right now? Advice for the future wise. We're going back to Pentacles, right? Where we done spent a lot of time at this read, which is really good because the Pentacles is all about your physical body, your possessions, your wealth, your money, right? Property, right? And you're getting all that together in your life. So the Queen of Pentacles is the psychological characteristic is the most beautiful from all the queens. Beauty of forms, 2 female elements in the cards provide the beauty of forms. Interesting woman or woman who takes care of herself, brilliant housewife and manager, wisely generous, and self-confident. You see what I'm saying? So the events is going to create the attitude. And when they say woman, know that could be you too, my guy. You know what I'm saying? So creative attitude towards the affair, appropriate design of something. You see what I'm saying? Like, remember, you're project managing, you're controlling the people, you're putting everybody in position. You ask people about the chessboard and you say, hey, what's the most powerful piece on what's the most powerful position in chess? And some people will say the pawn, the king, the queen, the knight, the rook, the bishop. But really the most powerful position is not on the board. That's what I always say. It mind blows, right? Because the most powerful position is the one moving the pieces around. If you ask me, you got to put the piece in position to execute its power for it to even be powerful to begin with. You see? And when you're that person, I think that's how you look. Like that in the card. Not to say you're a female or a woman, but that era of confidence, that got the coin chilling. You know you're at peace out there in the middle of nature with beauty all around you. Everything is beautiful. There, you know what I'm saying? It's always the perfect day. So the business is planned in a very detailed way and very reliable. Remember, your past had unreliable. And your advice for the future is you're going to be reliable. Because you're going to plan in a very detailed way, very reliable. You know what I mean? Knitters, tailors, designers. See? You're creating the environment. Remember we talked about that. Has some features of the Virgo sign. What can I say? You can't make this up, man. Virgo's in the house. I try to tell you, this is how we do. You know what I mean? That's why we ain't got nobody, no friends now. Hermit mode for life. You know what I'm saying? All right, so relationship is, no, I mean, actually, that's actually true. I didn't just like throw that in there. Like, you know, when I say subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and, you know, comment and like, all that good stuff. Yeah, that was actually in the script. So, relationship is one of the partners is more devoted to another, right? Because remember, it was an imbalance. So now that shit done balanced out, even if it was a relationship with yourself. You see what I mean? So honest, decent relationship without hot feelings. The health, this person likes to take care of his or her health. You see what I'm saying? Mental health included. And the advice is to provide someone or something with the outer beauty. Sound familiar? So the warning is, you are interested only in your own world. Right? So the result is you shall find some beautiful activity, either hobby. You will take care after your appearance. And where are you going to connect with? In the oasis? Get on your rocket ship? In your power. Pasha Paro. YNet7. Thank you for tuning. The replay. The Tarot Files.